Hi folks, I've done this video in response to a lot of questions that I've seen on the internet in relation to the Boss RC-300. One of the fundamental things that they talked about were that you couldn't switch the drums on and off at will. A lot of people who had the old RC50, which I didn't have, but they had that, they said this was one of the greatest features. And of course it makes sense that when you start a song, you don't necessarily want the drums to be starting at the start every time. So what I've done is, I found a way to do this. I'm not sure if it's the right way, I don't know. I just managed to do it, so hopefully this will help you do it. So what I've done is I've written a little drums demo. So this is our song. It's very simple 12-bar blues thing, quite a long thing that you probably want to do. So that's the first half of the loop. The second half of the loop comes in. And it loops. So it stands to reason that you might want to not have the drums in the first part of that loop. So it would be great if we could sense that. Well, we can. What I'm going to show you is how that actually is done. So we want to go into our memory. We want to edit this phrase. We've already saved it and want to edit it. So if we pop across, we can find our assignment pedals. So we'll just go back to, okay, so the assignment pedal is you assign your first switch. Okay, there's the only switch I'm going to be using in this one, but we'll assign the first switch. So if we go on further, we can actually find that we can actually change the rhythm level. Now what you can do actually as well is you can change the pattern. So for example, if you're on a conga beat and you want to change to some other beat, you can do that mid-song as well, which I didn't realize you could do until I found into this. But what we're going to do is we're going to change, no, not that one. We're not going to change the pattern, we're going to change the rhythm level. Okay, so when this talks about the minimum volume we want is 0 and the maximum volume will be 200. So in other words, when we switch the pedal off, it'll be 200, and when we switch it on, it'll be 0. And that's the way this operates. Okay, so you want to assign a source for this. Now I don't use the loop effects very much because I have a ME70 effects pedal. So it's handy for me to use this loop pedal. You can change that. You can change that to the expression pedal. You can change it to other control pedals that you have switched out the back. Control 1, Control 2. You can change it to any one, whatever one you want. But just for me, it's handy to do it to the loop effects pedal. Okay. Now I want to toggle this. If you do it momentary, what that means is when you hold the pedal down, the drums will silence. When you lift it off, you won't. That's great if it's just a very, very small moment of silence that you want. Great. But in this case, I want to switch it off all the time, so we put it on to toggle. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's us. So we'll write that. So let's say I'm going to play this song now. First thing I do is cue the song, shut the drums up, and we'll play. So you can do whatever lead you want to do over that, whatever it is, but a piano, any sort of thing. I'm ready for the loop to end. Okay, so then we bring our drums in. The other good thing about this is that there might be bits where you want the drums to stop. So because it's in toggle mode, I have to hit it twice.